have a power up here.
Okay, it's 10:30. I would like to bring the Kane County Administration Committee to order. I'm Leslie Juby. I am the vice chair. Mr. Caius is not available today. May we have roll call, please?
Berman, Davis, Ford, Gums,
Go say yes.
Young, Caius,
Caius present.
Juby.
Juby here.
You have an in-person quorum.
All right, we have a remote attendance request from Mr. Caius. Do I have? Are we okay?
sick?
to-
Is he-
There's no committee over there. Are you guys all okay with him allowing to attend remotely?
Yes.
Yes, wonderful. All right, do
Thank
I
you.
have? What? What? Okay, do I have a motion to approve minutes from February 14th, 2024?
Madam Chair, Gums will ask for unanimous consent to approve the minutes from February 14th, my favorite day of the year, 2024.
Great. Do I see or hear any opposition? All right. We're on our finance reports. Our monthly finance reports are attached. Does anyone need discussion about that? No? Do I need a motion for that? To put them on file? Okay, wonderful. All right, it moves us to public comment, item 6. Is that that's an off agenda, non-agenda item? Okay, we will come back. Item number 7, facilities master plan update. Roger, do you have any, or Heidi?
I
have
think
something
Heidi's gonna
for us?
take that one.
Well, we were scheduled again for the CAL meeting, for our 5th CAL meeting in a row, and we got kicked off because of the board meeting had to be extended. So we're looking at April right now. So that's our plan. We'll be back to you. And by that time, other things will have settled out and be able to give a presentation and provide any updates. So we'll be back next committee with any updates that are needed, and then a presentation of the CAL in April. That's
Okay,
our
well,
plan.
we'll see what we can do to mess that up.
Yeah,
for
thank you. Yeah, go for
Okay.
it.
Alright. All right, moving right along to the executive director's report.
So
Mr. Comstock.
we don't have any formal report. I just want to bring to everybody's attention and any of the department heads or elected officials that are listening. Next week is starting elections. So this week we're going to be probably gearing down to just be on standby and available to help with anything that the clerk's office or elections needs. Usually that period of time is very busy. We have not experienced a lot of volume of requests. I think that their project team is handling most of the work. So that's been a big relief to the IT department. We're hoping that continues through the election, but we haven't had any significant direct involvement in as far as supporting something with the election equipment or the staff or training. So we're happy that Hart Civic and the folks there have been taking care of it. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
I want to thank you for your help yesterday
Absolutely.
in the meeting. Does anyone have any questions for the executive director? Nope. All right, we'll move on. Oh, look, it's Mr. Thompson's turn. We have building management. Our first resolution is authorizing a number of procurement cards issued to the building management department and each of their transaction limits. I have no numbers on anything.
Gums will move that.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll move that. Young
Gums will
Okay.
second.
was second. I'm sorry. Young was second.
Gums and Young. Would you like to tell us what this is about?
Yes, good morning. Henry Thompson with Building Management. Item A is the authorization for procurement cards for building management, giving their list of names and their spending thresholds. I just wanted to point out on the 3rd page that Bill Myers single threshold purchase is 1,000, not 100. So I just want to point that out, and we'll have that corrected to the next committee. So building management, we recommend your approval for the procurement card list, users and thresholds.
Okay, any questions? Let's call the vote.
Ford,
Yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Young,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Juby.
Shuby, aye. Passes. All righty. moving on to resolution 242058, authorizing expenditure of funds for commercial floor coverings and related services with Mohawk Industries through Omnia Partners. Do I have a motion?
Gum-
Ford motion,
Gums will second.
Gums second.
Yes, thank you. This is authorizing building management to enter an agreement with Omnia Partners for commercial flooring for install services and product. It is budgeted and the amount is 200 and we recommend your approval.
Is any questions or comments?
This-
No,
Maybe.
hearing none, seeing none? No, someone has a question?
We're good.
Okay, can we take a vote?
Ford,
Ford, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Young,
Yes.
Caius,
Dice, yes.
thank you, Juby.
Juby, aye. All right, that moves us on to resolution 242059, authorizing an amendment to the agreement with Healy, Bender, Patton, and Bean and RC Wegman for the construction of an accessible ramp at the Kane County Sheriff's Office. Do I have a motion?
Gums will move.
Gums, do I have a second? Ford second. All right,
Yes, item C is authorizing expenditure of 31,795. That was over the project limit from the original resolution. It's authorizing the amount with the contractor we have on contract with the county. It was not budgeted, but we'll have to make it work with some other capital items and move them around. So we recommend your approval
okay, do we have any?
for the change order.
Any questions or comments? Mr. Young?
David Young. So they did plan for having this. It sounds like they
Yes.
should have planned for this, but they just went over budget. Is what you're saying?
That is correct, Mr. Young. The project was, I believe, $285,000 original dollar amount. There was some unforeseen items underneath the concrete for utilities. So this is to correct that issue.
Any other questions? We're good? Okay, may we take a vote?
Ford,
Yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Young,
Yes.
Caius,
Having trouble with my button. Yes. Guys, yes.
Juby.
Juby, aye.
Passes.
All right, brings us to item D, resolution 242064, authorizing updated capital projects from the capital fund. Do I have a motion to discuss? No? No one wants to do a motion?
I'll motion.
Mr. Young and Mr. Ford?
Yes, item D is authorizing the capital project list for building management for FY '24. The list is presented in the packet. The amount is $11,604,572. It is budgeted. And before you vote on the list, Heidi Files here has a presentation on one of the projects that's taking place behind Building A here. So Heidi, if you don't mind, you can let everyone know what you've been working on.
So we just wanted to give just a very quick highlight of one of our highly visible projects. You may have seen, and I saw some people peeking around back. We've been working behind this building on the roadway, and underneath the roadway is a vault. This project is to restore the structural integrity of that vault. And you'll see, this is the inside of the vault. This vault used to be used to bring coal into the facility to feed the boilers. So this is just a view from inside the vault. Blair, can you go to the next slide? This, maybe. Awesome. So this is the location of the project right behind where we are in this room, underneath the building. You can access it through the auditorium downstairs. You go through the auditorium, back down the steps to the boiler room, and this is behind it. On the left-hand side, this is an area of the vault. It's about a third of the vault, and this is where we have some very important utilities running through the vault. This part we're going to be keeping open. Those are the CaneCom utilities. And then the southern portion of the vault, we have abandoned it. And the project involves basically fixing the rebar. The top picture is actually the ceiling in the vault. So that's concrete and rusted rebar. So the integrity of the ceiling and hence the roadway was a little compromised. So the project is filling in, putting some masonry walls, filling in 2/3 of the vault, and then repairing the ceiling on the other side of the vault that will remain open for the utilities. And then waterproofing, we had to tear off the asphalt, waterproofing the underneath the asphalt, and then we poured concrete. We're also going to replace the hatch. You can see the hatch at the bottom right. It's pretty old and compromised. So these are the new masonry walls. On the right is the part that we filled in. This is right after they filled it with flowable concrete. So you can kind of see it's still a little bit messy. And on the left is the part that we're going to maintain and keep open. This is just the excavation. This is what the vault looked like when they excavated around it. You can see the manhole covers where they used to dump in the coal. And this is the waterproof membrane or the binder. And this is the actual rubberized fabric and tar, which waterproofs it. So we'll have no further water seeping into the vault that's open. This is this morning. They're finishing the concrete. Project items left are finishing the concrete, replacing the vault hatch on the exterior, and then repairing the ceiling on the interior. And just so you know, we did have a structural engineer design the improvements, investigate and design the improvements. So this is a nice project to help maintain this campus. That's it.
We have to go put our handprints in there.
Yeah,
Like, I
right.
really just want to do that.
We're gonna sleep there overnight, so no one does. No.
Wouldn't that be great? Okay. Any questions or comments, Mr. Roth?
How much square foot was filled in with the concrete? You said you eliminated a huge section.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have that on hand, but I can get it to you and email it.
Just, yeah, that's fine.
I don't know the square footage offhand, but it took 134 yards of concrete to
Okay,
fill the void.
so it was a pretty big room, which we're not going to use.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? We ready for a vote?
I think we should all go out and put our handprints in there. Too bad I'm not
I
there
think
today.
so too.
I
I think
already
we're gonna do
asked.
that when we're done.
Point of order.
Sorry.
There was a rumor that
Um,
Mr. Caius was
The
buried there.
state's attorney can address that point of order.
Yeah, I'm just not sure that's a proper statement to be made by the chair of the admin committee.
I said nothing.
It's
Madam Chair
delirious. It's delirious from disease.
Hey, seriously, is this like roast Leslie day? Yes,
Yes.
Gums.
I already asked if I could write my name in the concrete and they told me now was the time. So
Madam Chair Bates, please.
Miss Bates.
This looks like a good tornado shelter. Is there any use of this vault for tornadoes? Like to hide in?
Can you answer that? You know?
There isn't. The part that's open really wouldn't house
Yeah.
very many people.
So-
Go ahead.
Well, this is Roger from IT and Buildings. The space is actually the mechanical space where the boilers are for the heat. So you have to go past the mechanical spaces to even get to where the new wall is. And the new wall is basically the retaining wall for the concrete vault. And then they're filling that so that it'll support the road above. So there is no more a vault. There's no more space down there. It's just the mechanical space for the boilers and utilities.
Okay, thanks, Roger.
Any more questions? Did we need a 5-minute recess to go outside? No?
Go
No?
for a
Okay.
tour. Yeah.
Alrighty. What are we voting on? 2064?
2064. Yeah.
Okay, so we're ready for. I totally am the one speaking. Of course, I have order back. Yes, Mr. Young.
Okay, what are we going to be voting on again,
We're-
please?
We're voting on 24-2064, authorizing updated capital projects from the capital fund.
Okay, so and then we were getting an update from Heidi because this was one of those capital
Yes.
projects. Okay.
We're not voting on putting our handprints in the.
Okay. So question is this is a formality where we need to because we already went ahead and approved this budget last November. So
Yes,
I just want to know what is this some kind of a formality at this point to do this?
Okay. So this is Roger again from IT and Buildings. A year and a half ago, when we started working with building management on the capital fund and the capital projects, what we were trying to do with this is to make sure that the committee's apprised of how the capital budget is being spent and what types of projects the money is being allocated to. So we determined that the projects are going to go through phases and that we would update and provide any changes to the list of projects or how the money is being spent in a more itemized way. And one of the things that we were trying to protect and inform the board about were projects that creep in that become a part of the capital budget, but that were never a part of the original plan. And they would get started without necessarily having full board knowledge. And then you find out that you're $30,000-$40,000 into engineering for something that the board hasn't approved of, and it's $1 million project. So you've spent all this architectural engineering money without actually kicking it off and doing what I would call the project initiation. And so we are bringing project initiation to this committee and then taking the list through the board. So something like the change in the ADA ramp at the sheriff is reflected into this, and the change order is in this. So, and the other part is to make sure that we're balanced and working with Kathy Hopkinson in finance to determine if a project comes up and it's not in the budget, do we do, I don't know what they call it now, an emergency budget adjustment, or how do you go about changing it if this is not sufficient? So that's the kind of reason for having this at a monthly meeting.
Did that answer your question? I
Yes.
thought I understood why are we being asked to authorize something that's already started work? That was what I understood your question to be, so
Yeah.
No, it did answer the question.
okay, great,
Thanks, thank you.
wonderful.
It also has the resolution numbers on it, so you can tie it back to where did it come from.
Great.
So.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, we're ready to take a vote on
Madam Chair,
24-2064. Oh, what?
there was a comment over here.
To say something?
Yes, I just wanted to comment, this project did take place already, but it was on the original list that was presented. So I just want to make sure everyone is aware of that as well.
We're good.
Okay.
And this is Caius, Madam Chair.
Maybe? Yes, Mr. Caius.
Guys, yes. Just, I think if Blair just goes down one page, 107, I think, does it have the list on there? There you go. That might be a little more what we're looking at. Thank you.
Does that require my action for that, or just you wanted that up on the screen?
That was all. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? No? Now are we ready to vote? Great.
Ford,
Ford, yes.
Gums,
Yes,
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Juby.
Ruby, aye. Yes. All right, moves us on to 24-2068, authorizing a service agreement with Facilities Survey LLC for the Building Management Department's work order software. Do I have a motion? Second? Is that you, Mr. Ford?
Yes.
Yes, seconding.
Had to take a deep breath.
Oh, I understand. It was very, very quiet. Okay. We have a motion and a second. Would you like to tell us all about this?
Yes, item E is authorizing building management to enter an agreement with FSI Facility Survey for their maintenance software. This is how we generate all preventive maintenance, take in routine calls, and all the assets are loaded into there as well. It is $18,422 per year. We're asking for authorization to enter in a 3-year agreement. The reason is the original dollar percent was higher. We negotiated a 2% increase per year if we went to the 3-year option. So this is the reason we're bringing it to you today. It is budgeted. Building management's recommending approval.
Okay, any questions? No? All right. Oh, yep, Mr. Roth.
So just a clarification, Ron. Is that 18,000 for this year or for all 3 years?
It's 18,000 per fiscal year.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Any more questions? Ready to vote? All right.
Ford. Gums,
Gums, yes.
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Juby.
Juby, I. Passes. All right. Moves us to resolution 242057, authorizing the number of procurement cards issued to the Information Technologies Department and each of their transaction limits. Mr. Lasky.
Gums will move.
Oh, sorry. And second?
Second. Young.
Mr. Young, second. Just jumped
Good
in.
morning. This is Charles Lasky from the IT department. So we're required by P card policy to present the number of cards and their transaction limits to this committee and finance for approval each year. So this is our list. If you have any questions about this, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions? No? Yes, Mr. Young.
What is the limit?
Can you scroll down to the page that has limits? So we have 5 cards. There's a single transaction purchase limit, which is the first number, and then the credit limit, which is the monthly limit. 3 of our cards have a limit of up to $29,000 in a single transaction. We keep it under the 30,000, which is the threshold for a resolution. We don't regularly use that amount, but there are times when we have a renewal that the last one I had that would approach that amount was a Zoom renewal. That was about 28,000. So,
Really? Okay.
and then we use them for different Amazon purchases, online software subscriptions. So.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Any more questions?
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
this is Caius. Yes, just to point out, I think maybe there's a Scrivener's error in the title of the resolution there. It should say authorizing, and I think it says authoring.
Okay.
Just something to be changed.
We will take care of that. Thank you, Mr. Eagle Eye. All right, we ready to take a vote? What? Nobody, I didn't want to be here.
I think you're doing a great job.
Okay, we ready to take roll call?
Ford.
Ford, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Young,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Juby.
Juby, aye. All right, moves us to resolution number TMP 242063, authorizing a contract extension with NetSeed and Heartland Business Systems for Cisco hardware, software services, and SmartNet. Do I have a motion?
A motion.
Caius move.
Caius,
second.
Young motions, Caius seconds.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Mr. Lasky?
Yes, this is a contract extension. We had put this out for bid. The original term was 3 years with 2 one-year renewals. So this is our final 1-year renewal. It's with 2 companies. Walker and Associates responded to the bid, but they have now changed their name to NetSeed. So NetSeed and Heartland Business Systems are the 2 providers. It's for an amount to not exceed $800,000 per fiscal year. This is used for purchasing various network equipment and services. From various funds, capital, ARP, and others. Some of this may be used for the radio project being handled by CaneCom. So lots of different uses come out of this resolution. So it is budgeted and we would recommend approval.
Okay, any questions? No, online? Mr. Caius, any questions? Nope.
Nope.
Okay, we take roll call, please.
Ford.
Ford, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Young,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Juby.
Juby, aye. Passes. All right, moves us to resolution number TMP 242070, authorizing the expenditure of funds with Zoom Video Communications, Inc. for Zoom web conferencing services for the Kane County Information Technologies Department. Do I have a motion?
Gums will move.
Gums, a second. Ford seconds.
So this resolution authorizes our continued use of Zoom for our video technology. The dollar amount here of $43,275 matches what was authorized with ARP funds. We anticipate it should be lower than that, but we have the ability to spend up to that amount. This is currently used across all departments and offices. It was a necessity when COVID started because of the various social distancing. Now it's become more of a necessity just because it has provided ways to do business more efficiently. It's used for all these meetings. So we'd recommend approval. It is budgeted, and I'd answer any questions you may have about this.
Okay, any questions? Mr. Tepe?
Thank you. Mr. Lansky, is there a way to monitor this so you can keep the bill down?
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear the last part.
Monitor the usage of this so that you can get the bill lower.
Yeah, so we have somebody that renews this on a quarterly basis. We have the number of licenses that are under our account that we can review, and we send out emails if we notice something doesn't seem to being used, and ask the department or office if they could eliminate one, combine one, share an account. So we've done that over time. It seems like every time we clear up a few licenses, we get a request from a different group that needs the license. So it's balancing out, but we're not increasing as much as we thought we might. So we are monitoring it, and we're hoping to keep the cost down as low as we can and get departments and offices to participate in looking for ways to reduce that with us.
You know, they charge per license, I believe.
Yes.
And, you know, if there was a way that we could look at keeping the licenses down, so that we don't have these kinds of expenses, wherever we can reduce expenses.
Yeah, and we do that. We have different offices that will share one license, so they have one login. If we think somebody could use the free version, we ask them to do that. The biggest limitation is the time limit with the free version. If you're hosting a meeting it can only be 40 minutes, which some people might like that because it would keep meetings short, but a lot of people, yeah, a lot of people need that a little longer than that.
meeting.
Use that for the county.
Any more
Thank you.
questions, Mr. Tepe? Mr. Young?
No, I read
Oh, you answered
something.
it?
I answered myself.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Mr. Roth?
I think it was clarified, but it's per user license, not usage. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, any questions online? No? I don't know how to tell, but anybody else here? Okay, what? Okay, we're ready to call a vote?
Ford. Gums,
Gums, yes.
Young,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Juby.
Juby, aye. Moves us to resolution number TMP 242062, authorizing a contract with Langton Group for the Mill Creek SSA Landscape Maintenance Services Program, tree-related services. Second,
Young.
Gordon Young, and that would be Mr. Fonstack.
Yeah, so good morning, this is Roger again. So this is a contract with Langton Group for landscape maintenance at the SSA. Brooke Roth and our team that works with Bill Myers at the SSA are trying to get all of the trees and landscape and other things under fewer contractors so that we can get better visibility of what is happening with their different tree replacements and landscaping and mowing and other projects. So this is an agreement to cover landscape maintenance services in an amount of $160,000 for the year. It's a 2-year term. It is a budgeted expense in the SSA special fund, and we're recommending approval.
Any questions? No? All right, ready for roll call?
Ford. Gums,
Gums, yes.
Young,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Juby.
Juby, aye. Passes. All right, moving forward to resolution number TMP 242073, authorizing a contract with Everlast Blacktop Inc. for the North Sidewalk Improvement Project for the Mill Creek SSA. Do I have a motion?
Gums will move.
Second? Comes in forward. All right, Mr.
Okay.
Fonstack.
This is Roger again. This is another resolution for the Mill Creek SSA. We went out to bid for concrete work related to the ADA sidewalks. The SSA is responsible for maintenance, repair, and replacement of the sidewalks. These particular sidewalks in the north section are not ADA compliant, and this project was bid. We received 2 responses. The lowest responsible bidder was Everlast. The award is for $838,707.72, and we're recommending the county hold contingency for that as well, which is listed at $61,292.28. It is a budgeted expense. It is something that is in their special fund. We are working with finance on that. They're a separate fund from the general fund or the county. And it is from their tax levy, and they do have sufficient funds to cover the sidewalk project in their budget. But again, just like some of the other requests for budget adjustments, as we go to finance, we're going to be talking to them about whether they need to make an adjustment, or is it sufficient that they have the funds in their special fund to cover it? So I think that's more of an accounting issue, but they do have the funds to cover it. And we're recommending approval.
Okay, any questions? Any comments? No? All right, ready to take the vote?
Ford,
Ford, yes.
Gums, Young,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Juby.
Juby, aye. All right, that moves us to resolution number TMP 242007, authorizing the purchase of 3 vehicles for the state's attorney's office. Do I have a motion? And a second?
Gums will second.
Caius move.
Nope, too late, Chris. Okay,
Yep, next time.
Mr. Frank, would you like to address this?
Yes, thank you. Frank SAO. This is a request to replace 2 vehicles and add 1 to our fleet for investigators. The 2 vehicles that we are replacing were reviewed by KDOT and were deemed qualified to be replaced. Scoring is as a part of this package. This is a budgeted expense. This was a part of the 2024 budget for the state's attorney's office. And we'd be asking for approval. This was bid out to 4 local vendors, with Hawk Ford of St. Charles being the most responsible vendor. So we would ask for approval of this.
Any questions? Mr.
What
Young?
kind of vehicles are they?
It's in the package, but I believe they're 40. Yes. So they're 2024 Ford Escapes, various colors.
Hybrid.
No, they're not hybrid.
They're not hybrid?
Are they hybrid?
I don't know.
They don't look like.
Says in the resolution they are.
I'm scared to get off my page
Oh,
to
then I'm
look.
gonna have to
They
are
hybrids.
Yes, they are hybrids. I'm looking at in the packet is the actual vehicle specs for it. So if you want to look at that, with the average fuel economy of 30 miles per gallon, 39 miles per gallon.
That's a good price.
Any more questions? Okay, we take our vote.
Ford,
Ford, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Young,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Juby.
Juby, aye. All right. Moving right along, resolution number TMP 241916, authorizing the purchase of an armored vehicle for the sheriff's office. Do I have a motion
Gums will move.
and a second?
Young.
Caius,
Okay. Could be Gums and Young, could be Gums and Caius, could be Gums, Young and Caius.
take one.
Okay. So this is, item was not budgeted, appropriation amount 465,929. Authorizes the Kane County Sheriff's Office to purchase a Lenco Bearcat armored vehicle for emergency responses. It's become law enforcement industry standard and is essential in emergency responses for the protection of citizens and police officers in gun violence situations. This is also the Lenco Armored Vehicles of Pittsburgh, Massachusetts is the sole supplier of this type of vehicle. Any questions that I will not be able to answer? Mr. Young?
Is this the first time that Kane County will have an armored vehicle for the sheriff's office? Just curious.
Anybody? No, it is not. No, it is not.
No.
According to Mrs. Lewis, it is not.
Had one for a long time.
Any other questions? No follow-up?
How big is it? How many people fit inside of it?
No.
Curious. It's an armored vehicle. and We don't get to see these that often.
Oh, let's see.
It's fine. Just
No.
The sheriff,
Yes,
Madam
sir.
Chair, the sheriff, if Mr. Young's interested, the sheriff has brought one of these originals, was 2 or 3 years ago, to the front of the center here, the government center, to have a morning demonstration. So I don't know, maybe we could request to have us view it or something like that.
Would we like that before or after the vote? We would like that before, should we vote
After.
and then just ask for a field trip in front of the
No,
speaker?
I don't, yeah,
yes,
give them
before.
what we want,
Want
to
to see
see
it
it.
before we vote? Okay,
No,
No, I'm okay. I'm
okay, this roasting of me has got to stop.
like,
Okay.
She wants a field trip before and she gave me the option. You just don't give me the option next time.
I'm not giving you the option then.
Okay,
Are we
thank you.
ready to vote?
Yes.
All right, call a roll, please.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
is this a vehicle that could be used in emergency situations like a tornado?
Well, it just said if we have gun violence, I think is what it said.
And I'm
It says it is authorized an armored
Madam-
vehicle for
Madam-
emergency responses. It protects the citizens and police officers in gun violence situations. So
Madam
I
Chair-
don't know if we would be utilizing that in a tornado or not. Ms. Gums?
Madam Chair Gums, if I might answer, Ms. Bates brings out a good point. I can't say how they use this vehicle, but I know that it's,
Sorry.
Ms. Gums is speaking.
What's new?
the vehicle can be used in all kinds of dangerous situations. So I've seen them used when there's downed wires or, all kinds of different things. But I think the sheriff would be able to answer that much better. It's generally not something that I think would be used in a tornado, though.
Okay, I'd like to see it used for more than for more things. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions? No? May we take a vote?
Ford, yes.
Gums, Young,
Yes.
Caius,
Yes.
Juby.
Juby, aye.
Yeses.
Okay, resolution TMP 241959, approving purchase of 2025 tandem axle truck cab and chassis for the King County Division of Transportation. Do I have a motion? Gums and Ford are motioning. Who would like to second? You said it together. Okay, Gums can, okay, Ford will second. All right. Please tell me there's someone here from the Department of Transportation that can explain this to us.
Yes, good morning. Michael Way with KDOT. We're asking for 3 plow trucks to replace 3 units that were scored by us. They do meet county requirements for replacement. Due to the difficulty in getting trucks, we've had to go through Sourcewell, and we actually had to put a deposit down on these trucks of $5,000 per chassis. So the total price is $144,000 per chassis for a total price of $445,524. I actually got word this morning that these trucks will be available in the second half of FY '24. And the bodies we put on, and we should, knock on wood, see them for the next winter. So any questions, I can answer the best I can.
Mr. Young.
So are the current trucks just they're just done?
They're about 15 years old, so
Really? Okay.
that's usually we keep our plow trucks for about 15 years. And we start trying to get rid of them at that mark.
Okay.
We've tried to push it out farther, but we noticed that we pay more in maintenance and keeping them running. So 15 years tends to be our good hash mark to start looking at replacing them. These trucks, I do believe on the score sheet, they have the miles on them. I think they only have about 60,000 miles on them, but it's 60,000 miles of hard pushing and a lot of weight. So.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Hearing none, seeing none, may we have a vote, please?
Ford, Gums, Young,
Yes.
Caius.
Yes.
Caius. Thank you. Juby.
Juby, aye.
Yeses.
All right, moving right along to new business. Geneva Chamber Events 2024. I don't know who's presenting that. Do you present that, Roger?
So, yeah, these are usually through building management, but these are just requests to use the property. They fill out a form and provide their information and details, and the committee generally just provides consent. Usually the consent is based on not having any objections from the chief judge's office or the office holders. We don't have any objections to this, and this form would have come through the chief judge's office and the court administrator. So we support it and just needed to general consensus or nobody dissenting or objecting.
So do I have consensus that this is okay? I know that,
Madam
that
Chair?
Henry's been really attentive to when residents have questions about this. And so I think we've handled it really well.
Yeah, this is for the Geneva Chamber
Mhm.
and it's using the Third Street Courthouse.
And there's, okay, sorry.
Madam Chair?
Should be
Yes,
good.
Mr. Caius.
Madam Chair, just to clarify, I think Roger can answer this too, is that I believe that this is our consensus at this committee and it doesn't go any further, so you won't see them in any other committees. I think that's the way that works.
Yes,
Okay, great.
that's true.
And we don't vote on that, so we'll get thumbs up that that's good. Yes, everybody good with that? Okay, moving on to the Autumn Fest photo op event, which is also, I think, using the courthouse.
I believe so. That's true.
Okay.
Same topic. We don't usually object unless the courts or one of the officials objects. And it's I think a common use that's been done before. So we would support that as well.
Okay, so any objection to pumpkins on the front lawn of the courthouse? No? Okay. And 1 minute, you guys. Let's see, I'm important now, so I get to sign stuff.
That is a really important document. that you're sending.
I know. Okay, so we do have another item under new business. Ms. Gums, I believe that you don't know anything about it. Mr. Ford, Mr. Frank, do you know anything?
Starts in the net.
Okay, we're all going outside to put our
So,
handprints in the conference.
I do know something about it. We want to congratulate our dear friend, Mr. Shepro, on his 1 year with the office and helping the county board as a part of the parliamentarian type of responsibilities that he has. So we have a card and a book for him, and we want to congratulate you on celebrating a year, which I believe is today.
I have a question.
Mr. Caius?
I have a question.
Oh, who's got the question? I'm sorry,
Ford.
Mr. Ford.
Ford, thank you. Is this a book that he has not read?
No, there's no way it's a book he hasn't read.
I'm going to go with no, but we can go into closed session if the chair would allow us to find out.
You know what? I pretty much relinquished all authority, say an hour ago.
Relinquished.
I'm doing great. Yeah. Okay.
You're doing good.
Do we have any old business? No. Motion to place reports on file.
Council ask for unanimous.
Tice would ask for unanimous consent.
There's an echo in here. Awesome. Okay, it can be whoever you want it to be. Executive session, do we need executive session or are we just playing?
Why
with
not?
executive session? No?
Why not? So much fun.
We do know. Okay. All right. That brings us to our favorite part of the day, our public comment on non-agenda items. I do have one speaker who has signed up to speak. Mr. Young, would you like to relinquish your chair or your commissioner hat and put on your resident of Elgin hat?
I would like to make sure that we strictly enforce the 3 minutes on this particular speaker.
This will take only about 15 or 20 minutes to go through. Okay, I'm going to start now. This has to do with one of our favorite topics that has been going on, which is the illegal immigrants coming to our county. And in January, we did have a meeting here and Mr. Frank was here. And if you go back and look at the meeting, starting at around 13 minutes, that's when this whole thing kicked off. And we were talking about the migrants coming in and the buses coming in. And then there was public speaking. And then after the 58-minute mark, you can go and take a look at that. So I suggest you guys do that. And I just want to point out a couple of things that PIROG, I'm just going to say PIROG because it's faster. PIROG dominated the discussion. And at that time, PIROG wanted the proclamation and wanted it written with the approval of the state's attorney's office. And PIROG got a verbal yes from every board member. There was not a single no. PIROG opposed the buses stopping in Kane County and said that the buses should go directly to Chicago. PIROG opposes the mayor of Chicago and his new policy of turning buses away or finding them, and was even going to write a letter to the city of Chicago regarding this. PIROG stands for public safety of Kane County, against the illegals, and you can listen to her in the video. Pirog does not want the buses stopping in Kane County. These are her words. Pirog is concerned about the safety of the illegals and thinks that they should be given passage to the Sanctuary Center in Chicago without interruption, without stopping. Pirog wants the proclamation. These are her words. I look forward to getting the proclamation. Those were her words, okay? Rick Williams drafted a resolution, and then it was approved by the state's attorney's office, and that resolution was not put on the February agenda. I don't know why, but it wasn't. So therefore, at the meeting in February, under new business, we went ahead and asked that this be put on the March agenda. And we weren't going to vote on anything. We're just going to put it on the March agenda. Well, as you remember, that vote came to 11-11, and she decided not to vote on that vote, to break it. Because a tie vote is, in parliamentary rules, that means it's a lost vote. So she just didn't vote. And I wanted to bring all this to to everyone's attention, that this is the reason why you have so many people angry about her not even putting it on to the agenda. And that's why you have everything going on now. Thanks.
Okay. What was that?
Uh,
I
I want-
don't have control over the beeper. Okay, do we have any other business that we would like to address?
This is Berman.
Mr. Berman?
I'm sorry I came late.
It's all right. We're glad to have you. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to put your handprint in the concrete, but it's okay. We'll do it for you.
Very good.
Okay. All right. Any other business? No. Do I have a motion to adjourn? To when? When are we adjourning to? Does it matter? To
The
April?
council make a motion to adjourn
No.
till our next administrative meeting.
Thank you. No, it doesn't matter.
Next month.
Great then. Okay.
A second.
Do I need a second?
I need a second, please.
Okay, well, I just have the big
Caius.
fat one. Yes, Mr.
Thank you,
Caius.
Caius.
Oh, did you
Second.
second it? I'm sorry, there's too much floor talk happening. Okay, we're adjourned. Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Jesus.
Hi.